Listen. Listen well. Come closer. Draw your mats near the fire, where the smoke rises like secrets into the night sky. For in every village, there are ears that hear too much, and tongues that wish they had not. And as the elders say, the ear that hunts for whispers will one day hear its own shame. This is the tale of a young villager whose ears grew longer than wisdom. In a quiet village, where the red earth met the green fields, where goats bleated at dawn and pestles sang in mortars at dusk, there lived a curious young man named Kanu. Ah, Kanu. If curiosity were grain, his barn would never be empty. Kanu was not a bad man. He greeted elders, shared palm wine, and laughed loudly at moonlight stories. But he had one troubling habit, one that crept like a shadow behind his good deeds. Kanu loved secrets. Not his own, oh no. He guarded his own like a jealous hen guards her eggs. But the secrets of others? Those he chased like a child chases fireflies. If two women spoke in hushed tones by the river, Kanu would be nearby, pretending to wash the same calabash over and over. If elders gathered beneath the iroko tree, their voices low and serious, Kanu would wander close, adjusting his wrapper, tilting his head just enough. He would murmur to himself, "What is being said that I must not hear?" And so he listened, and listened, and listened. One evening, as the sky melted into gold, Kanu crept behind a mud wall where two brothers argued softly. "It must not leave this place," one said. "Never," said the other. Kanu leaned in closer, just a little closer, and then... "Stretch!" Kanu blinked. "What was that?" he whispered. He reached up to his ear. It felt longer. "Ah, my imagination," he chuckled, shaking his head. "Too much sun today." And he went home, growing fascination mixed with mischief. The next day, near the cooking fires, two young women giggled over something secret. Kanu passed by, stopped, turned, walked back slowly. He bent low, pretending to tie his sandal. Kanu leaned in, just a little closer. "Stretch!" This time he felt it clearly. His ear grew again, longer than before. Kanu stumbled back, eyes wide. No, this is not possible." He ran to the water pot and looked at his reflection. There it was, his ear longer than it had any right to be. But Kanu was not afraid. No, he was fascinated. "Ah," he grinned slowly, "so this is the price of knowing. A small thing for a great reward." And so he listened again. Days passed, secrets flowed, and Kanu's ears grew, longer and longer. At first they brushed his shoulders, then they reached his chest. Soon they swung like ropes at his sides. Children began to notice. Look at Kanu's ears. They are like plantain leaves. Careful, they might hear you before you speak." The village laughed. Kanu laughed with them, though his smile was tight. "It is nothing," he said. "A small condition." But still, he listened. One afternoon, Kanu hid behind a large tree, listening to two elders discuss a delicate matter. He leaned in. "Stretch!" His ears dropped to his knees, As he tried to leave, they tangled around his legs. "Ah, hey! What is this now?" he cried, hopping awkwardly. He stumbled forward and fell flat into the dust. The elders turned. "Kanu!" one exclaimed. "Were you listening?" No, I was just passing." "But your ears say otherwise," the other said, shaking his head. The news spread like dry grass catching fire. Kanu, the listener. Kanu, the secret thief. Kanu, with ears that betrayed him. Still, he did not stop. Some habits are stubborn like weeds. One evening, under the moon, Kanu crept near a family compound where voices trembled with worry. "This must remain between us," someone said. Kanu leaned in. Closer. Closer still. "Stretch." His ears shot out so long they dragged behind him like twin ropes. As he tried to leave, they caught on a fence post, then a cooking pot. Then, oh shame, a goat began chewing on one. Leave me!" Kanu shouted, pulling and twisting. The pot crashed. The goat bleated. The family rushed out. And there was Kanu, entangled, exposed, humiliated. The laughter that followed was loud, but not kind. "Kanu, are you now a basket for secrets? Or a drum that carries every sound? Why not sit in the center of the village and listen to us all at once?" Kanu lowered his head. For the first time, the laughter pierced him. Not playful, but heavy, like truth. That night, alone in his hut, Kanu sat in silence. His ears lay coiled around him like sleeping snakes. He did not touch them. He did not admire them. He only listened to his own breathing, to the quiet. And in that quiet, he heard something he had long ignored. His own shame. "What have I become?" he whispered. "I wanted to know everything. And now everyone knows me." At dawn, Kanu rose. He wrapped his long ears carefully and walked to the village square. The people gathered, curious. Kanu stood before them, his head bowed. "I have wronged you," he said. "I have taken what was not given. Your words, your trust, your peace. I thought secrets were treasures, but they were not mine to carry." Silence fell. Even the wind seemed to listen. "I ask for forgiveness," he said quietly. "And I promise, my ears will hear only what is meant for them." From that day on, Kanu changed. When people whispered, he walked away. When voices lowered, he closed his ears, not with his hands, but with discipline. And slowly, his ears began to shrink. Not all at once, but little by little, as trust returned, so did his form, until one day they were as they had always been, ordinary, and finally at peace. So listen well, my friends, for not every word is meant for your ear, and not every silence is yours to break. Moral: eavesdroppers harvest their own embarrassment. And, as the elders say, the ear that refuses to mind its path will carry a burden the head cannot hide.